What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. It's Dylan and Ross Say Sports here on Full Press Coverage, Full Press Radio Network. Thank you very much for tuning in with us today, whether you're listening live or later on whatever your favorite podcast app might be. If you're listening live on Full Press Coverage, if you're watching
the replay on Twitter, on YouTube,
replay on Twitter, wherever you are, we appreciate you very much for being here with us. You've got Dylan Sanders at Dilly Sanders on Twitter, myself, Ross Jackson at Ross Jackson Nola on Twitter, and this is Dylan and Ross Save Sports. Dylan, how are you, man?
I already miss football.
I know football's over. Man, what a sad time.
But Ross, draft season has started, and it's.
Baby.
I mean, listen, you always want football above all else. But
football above all? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yes, above football.
I love it.
Is nothing.
It's nothing.
There's nothing that should be more important in your life than sports, Ross.
Yeah, I tend to agree. So does my fiance. So things are good here. Oh man. Yeah, it's been an interesting time this weekend. We left off on Friday with all of our picks, all of our prop bets. Hey, guess what color the Gatorade was?
What color?
Blue, baby.
Was it blue?
It was blue.
Look at you. How did you know that? Do you work at Gatorade or Powerade? Whichever one it was?
Never would I work at Gatorade on top of anything else. Can we be very clear that Powerade is the superior between the two? Should we do a poll? Should we do a poll?
Live poll.
Let's do a poll.
Live poll. I mean, I know what's going to happen. We don't have that many Florida Gator fans following us, I don't think.
Yeah, Powerade is the better of the two. They're both absolute garbage, if we're just being completely honest. But Powerade is the better of the two. I'm not a fan. I like
Powerade.
I'm not a fan of colored sugar water. Like, it's not really my thing. But I do agree that Powerade is the better of the two options between Powerade and Gatorade. Personally, that is how I feel. But Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won the Super Bowl. So we're going to talk all about the Super Bowl, kind of go through our thoughts and impressions, and then we can start to turn our eyes to the off season as well in the midst. As Dylan puts out this poll, I'm happy to go over my favorite thing from Twitter. And my favorite thing from Twitter yesterday was shout out Brittany Matthews for sticking up for her man. I'm all about that. I know some people had feelings about it and whatever, about her clapping back at SportsCenter for continuously sharing Patrick Mahomes' various I can't believe this is happening faces all throughout the Super Bowl. And so she had quote tweeted, she called them corny for doing that. And shout out to her. I'm all about love and support. She was displaying love and support in that moment. I'm all about it. I have no problems with it.
I agree.
So shout out Brittany Matthews. And then she said, now let's have a baby, which is also very sweet because they're having a kid. I don't know if she's pregnant. I think she's pregnant. So they're having a kid, which is great. So shout out Brittany Matthews. That's my favorite thing from Twitter from yesterday.
My favorite thing from Twitter yesterday was easily the weekend.
Yeah, I had to save that one for you. I had to save it for you.
The weekend memes were so funny yesterday, Ross. I was dying laughing.
You had a really good one.
I
liked a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I was a fan of it.
Yeah, there was another one that I really liked, which is like what my pizza rolls see when they're in the microwave.
That was a good one.
What did you think about the Weeknd's halftime performance?
I loved it. I
didn't see the big issue with it.
And you want to know why? What makes me love it even more, Ross?
What's that?
Is that The Weeknd spent $7 million of his own money, and he did not get paid for it.
Right.
He did not get paid for this event.
Right.
He just wanted to have a good performance, and it was awesome. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. They mentioned that he paid all that extra money to make sure that it was exactly his vision. And so I'm like, dude, good work, great work. I know a lot of people were kind of crapping all over it, and I wasn't really sure why.
People are haters, Ross.
People are haters. No matter, it doesn't matter who performs at the Super Bowl anymore. No one's going to like it, or there will be a contingent of people that will always not like it, and that's just what it is.
It's the same people that are like, give us Metallica right now. And Ross, I gotta tell you, I'm not one to hate, or halftime shows are one of the things I look forward to most.
Yeah,
a Metallica halftime show is never happening. And it's just going to be pop music from now on, so get used to it.
Right.
Because there's a reason it's called pop music, popular music.
Oh, is that what pop stands for?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm joking. I knew
that. So it's just going to be pop music from now on.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
But pop, R&B. I mean, and then we can just play all those poppiest songs.
Yeah, I was shocked to see I Can't Feel My Face.
I can't feel my face when I'm with you.
I wasn't sure they were gonna do that one.
Yeah, one of my favorite jokes from Twitter during that song was the Pepsi halftime show, but it's all about Coke.
Yeah, really good one. Really good one.
Really good tweet.
It's a very good tweet.
I came to this realization last night, Ross, is I think sports would be 100 times more boring without Twitter. I don't know what people did before Twitter, but now that I have the option, I need Twitter to go along with my sports.
It really is like a thing you have to have hand in hand. Like you have to have the game on the television or the laptop, right? Because it depends on how you're watching it. And then your phone, you're on Twitter.
Your phone's on Twitter.
Yeah, it's like that. You have the game. For a lot of people, you have a beer, you have some food. Twitter. Twitter is probably my beer throughout a sporting event.
Some people, Ross, not naming names, would have both.
That's what I said. A lot of people have both. A lot of people do both. Yeah. I went and saw a live. I mean, look at us when we were at the Senior Bowl. Like Twitter was such an integral part of that experience. Now it was different because we were covering it, but still, it was a very important portion of the sporting event.
Yeah, and Ron, I've had Twitter since I was. Let's see. When did I get my first Twitter account? When did I first get my Twitter account? I was 2011. I was 13. I've had Twitter since I was 13. I don't know what I'd do without it now, Ross.
What could you possibly? I think I opened mine up in 2011 as well. And I didn't use it until probably about 2016, 2017.
I'm trying to think of I wonder what my first tweet was.
That's a good thing that we should find out about each other.
I'm gonna look. I know there's a way to find it.
My first tweet was definitely just the quintessential. I don't know what I'm doing here, but now I have Twitter type of a tweet.
Find your old tweets. How to see your first tweet. I'm gonna find this. All right. Open twitter.com.
Wow. Okay. I guess that's a good step one.
Oh. Okay. So just gonna copy paste, right? What did I say? 2011. My first month was August 2011.
Yeah.
April 2011. Did I have my Twitter account before you?
I was August 2010. Never mind.
Oh wow. Ooh, old.
Yeah, thanks. That means I have already I must have celebrated my 10-year Twitterversary last year and I had no idea. All right,
let's see if this still works.
Be very curious.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
This is
all right.
This is
Dylan
nice.
Sanders. Dylan Sanders' very first tweet back in 2011.
Yes.
What'd you have?
April 11th, 2011. I remember this. I was at the hospital. My cousin was on Twitter. So I created my first Twitter account. My first tweet was, waiting for my new cuz Alexis, because we were at the hospital waiting for her to be born.
Oh, that's kind of sweet though.
Yeah, that was my first tweet.
That's really good. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so I have to use the advanced search. Is what I have to do.
I can find yours. I already have all the stuff. I have already have all
find mine. Mine August 2010 is when I opened up my Twitter account.
All right.
This is massively interesting to me. We will talk about the Super Bowl.
We promise. All right.
And of course, if you're watching us live, like if you could see us live, wherever it is that you are, you can type into the chat bar and we'll see any questions or anything you have for us as well. So feel free to say hi. Oh God, he found my first tweet. I don't know what my first tweet was.
So okay, your first tweet, you got it right.
It's a quintessential Twitter tweet, right? Like Twitter
is fine. Ross Jackson. This is whenever it was still like
update. Right,
like update. So it's like
yeah,
Ross Jackson. And you put is finally on Twitter.
Yes, yeah,
and then is ready to get his rehearsal on.
Yep.
Drift away. These are your first couple of tweets.
Yeah, probably a song.
Off to orientation.
Okay, so that was early in college, probably.
Is the most moving things person at Jaco Williams has ever seen? Yes. At Jaco Williams.
I don't know who that is.
Another wonderful day on the job. Gotta love theater.
Yep. Even though I've like completely turned my back on it.
And then
that's not true. Actually, I was literally.
Do you know who Rick_I_move is?
Yes. So my friend Rico did an incredible piece, incredible dance piece, and he was also in, I think, Magic Mike 2. He ended up being casted in one of the Magic Mikes. But incredible dancer.
All right, this tweet. I want you to guess who you. I want you to fill in the blank on this tweet. Blank is pretty sexy, man.
Oh,
blank, pretty damn sexy, man. I want you to fill in the tweet at who you put, and I'm gonna quote tweet this tweet, Ross, and I'm just we're gonna go with it.
I have no idea.
Ross Jackson on August 7th, 2010. Shrek's pretty damn sexy, man.
Hell yeah, Shrek's pretty damn sexy. I can't remember why I tweeted that. I'm sure it was something stupid. I mean, clearly because the tweet itself is stupid. But Shrek's pretty damn sexy, man. I was really nervous about that for a second. I was like, "Oh no, I'm one of those people."
Ross, if it was like that, I wouldn't be talking about it.
That's fair. Yeah.
I would have through your old tweets and then delete anything you have.
No, I haven't, because I would want to be held accountable for any offensive tweets, but also I'm fairly certain I don't have any offensive tweets.
Yeah, no, I went through and I looked through just in case.
Yeah,
and I didn't have anything.
Yeah. Because it's not that hard to avoid tweeting stupid stuff.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to avoid that. Anyway, yeah, no, I haven't done it.
And if I can have had my Twitter since I was 13 and not tweeted any of this stupid stuff,
it's relatively easy.
It's relatively easy,
to say the least. Yeah, no.
You know, and yeah, it's not that hard. Yeah. It's man, that's hilarious.
Yeah. I do need to go back though and figure out like what, and you don't have to do this because we should move on, but I do need to go back and look to see what the gap in between tweets was for a little while, because there has got to be a moment where there's at least like a 4 to 7 year gap. It's between the two times, like between 2000 I used Twitter, especially going into 2016, 2017, when I started writing and covering sports and everything, to where I really started using Twitter. That would be my next thing to go and figure out, but I will do that over time. I had a performance of the day. Now I kind of want my performance of the day to be you for using Twitter since the age of 13 and not tweeting anything problematic. But
Thank you.
truly, yes, of course, you deserve that pat on the back. But truly, my performance of the day is Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, for developing a defense.
Or don't you mean Byron Leftwich, Ross? How insensitive of you. Have you seen that video?
No, I haven't seen that video.
One of the worst things, again, it happened again, Ross. The worst thing in Byron Leftwich's post-game conference, one of the reporters asked him a question for Todd Bowles.
Oh, jeez. God.
I haven't, and Ross, I haven't watched the video because I'm like, all I saw was the look in Byron Leftwich's face. And I was like, that's enough. I don't need to hear. I don't want to watch this video.
I hate that.
I hate it so much.
So much.
It's so terrible.
Well, shout out to Todd Bowles. And you know what? Shout out to Byron Leftwich as well. Both coordinators doing a great job. But Todd Bowles in particular, going out there, finding the defenses that worked really well against Patrick Mahomes and improving upon that, building upon that, and putting together a Super Bowl winning defense that was aided by Byron Leftwich and a very efficient offense over on the other side. We'll talk more about it, but there are things about that Super Bowl win that are signature, and one of them was the defensive game plan by Tampa Bay. So that's my performance of the day is Todd Bowles. What about you?
I would probably go. Also, Ross, it was 2013 to 2016.
That was my gap, my 3-year gap.
That was your gap.
Yeah,
I just typed in different dates, and then that's where the gap was. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I mean, no. Leonard Fournette.
Yikes.
Thinking LSU running Leonard Fournette.
Yeah.
Just because, shout out to him. Did Tom Brady win Super Bowl MVP?
He did.
Yeah, we didn't watch the end of the game. Whoever I was, the person whose house I was at, switched it off with like 2 minutes left in the game. And like, whatever.
Yeah, it was pretty clear what was going to happen.
Yeah,
Tom Brady. Excuse me, won Super Bowl MVP. And not undeservingly so, you know.
No.
But I think that we all know, like, any MVP award is going to be a quarterback award unless you make a huge play on the defensive side in particular. But I thought Leonard Fournette's performance was particularly outstanding.
I agree. He looked like vintage Fournette out there.
He had that one catch and run. I think it was in the second, or coming into the second half, excuse me, where he just bowled over a linebacker. And when that happened, which was like maybe 2 plays before the big touchdown run that he had, I knew that like that was Leonard Fournette. The switch flipped for him. Mm-hmm. In that moment, and it was great to watch.
And you know what? I hope he comes back and has a great year next year.
Yeah, I do too. I
hope I think he can rush for 1,000 yards in this offense, given the opportunity. Yeah,
that would be the thing. I mean, because Rojo had himself a nice day too, right? So he didn't get overshadowed completely by Leonard Fournette statistics wise. Leonard Fournette, both on the ground and through the air, productive. However, Robert Jones, though, 12 carries for 61 yards.
And then he did have a drop, but you know.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Can't win them all. The thing that was so crazy to me was the 4 players that scored touchdowns for Tampa. Well, I guess technically the 5 players, or no, the 4 players who scored touchdowns in this game. Where Tom Brady, of course, throwing 3, Rob Gronkowski catching 2, Antonio Brown catching 1, and then Leonard Fournette rushing for a touchdown. None of those guys were Bucs last year, and so it just goes to show you the team building portion of all this that actually worked in their favor over the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed this game. I know a lot of people didn't. I think that, you know, it would have been nice for it to be a little bit more competitive, but you saw a no questions asked type of win for Tampa Bay in this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, no, it was okay. Listen, it was not a close game. It was not necessarily a good game. The commercials were bad.
Commercials were not good. I had maybe like 2 commercials that I really liked.
What did you think of the Shaggy, Ashton Kutcher, and Mila Kunis commercial?
So unfortunately, I had seen that one like a week ago.
Oh, I had never seen it.
So that one was spoiled for me. But it was I liked the commercial.
Yeah.
It shocked me that they didn't at least help Ashton Kutcher sing a little bit.
It wasn't me.
There was not a single key right, not a single note correct.
It was legitimately hard to watch.
It was
for
bad.
A second. Yeah. But Shaggy came in and spit some bars and was awesome.
Yeah, it was actually pretty dope. It's pretty dope. So I was a fan of that one. I like the Jason Alexander sweater one.
That is, I donated and got entered to win one of the few Jason Alexander sweaters that they're giving out.
I love that. Jason Alexander, mad funny guy.
Hilarious, dude.
Yeah. And so it was cool to see that and to see him in that commercial. I really enjoyed that. I liked the Paramount Mountain episodic commercials that they had all throughout for Paramount Plus.
And shout out for the halftime commercial being Sweet Victory.
Right. Yes.
We finally got Sweet Victory at halftime.
Yeah. So at least we got that.
And also, just a reminder for anybody watching, type along in the chat or whatever service you're using. You can type in the chat and we'll see it. Yeah. No matter what the service is.
Whatever commercial you liked or whatever commercial you hated. Was there a commercial that you were just like, this is terrible? I can tell you which one mine was. The guy singing in the middle of an oat farm about oat milk. I've never been more embarrassed about being a vegan in my life.
That commercial was almost so bad it was good.
Right. Like it was probably intentionally bad. Oh, you're wrong.
Got your commercial. It's a commercial and it got your attention.
Yeah. Not a fan. Was not a fan of it.
I'm looking through the commercials now because there were not very many memorable ones.
No, not really.
The Michael B. Jordan Alexa one was good.
That was a good one. I did like that one.
Anything Michael B. Jordan does.
Yeah.
And anything Dolly Parton does is good.
The Dolly Parton one was fine.
The Lawn and Garden one was okay.
I don't remember that one.
The Miracle Grow one.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all right.
The Bud Light Legends commercial was hilarious.
Uh-huh.
Any Bud Light one? Oh, the Bud Light. I think my favorite was the lemonade, the Bud Light lemonade seltzer one. I think was my favorite.
That was a good one.
It was hilarious seeing that person get smacked in the face with a lemon.
Yeah.
That one was good.
I did like Guy with Sign in the stadium too. Did you see that?
Yes, he was. Yes, that was good.
There. And shout out to the transition out of that where the commentators said, this Guy with Sign now back to guy with microphone.
I'm trying to think of the worst one. I don't know what my least favorite.
There weren't really any that I like hated. There just weren't really
the Will Ferrell the GM ad was good.
That was another one that made me laugh.
The Robin Hood one was hilarious to me for irony. We are all investors. Ironically, great one.
Yeah.
There was one that I remembered not liking at all, and I cannot remember it. The Drake from State Farm was good.
That was one of my favorite ones. That was easily one of my favorite ones. Like all the way down to the bite of the apple.
Mm-hmm.
I love that one.
Yeah, I don't there was one that I hated. I can't remember it.
Yeah. That's all good. All right. Let's let's jump to a break. We'll jump to our break, get that out of the way, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the actual game. If you're here with us on Restream, hang out because you'll just be hanging out with us for a couple of minutes. But for those of you listening, we'll be back here in just a moment. Dylan and Ross Save Sports Full Press coverage, Full Press Radio Network.
Mm-hmm.
All right. On break on radio, but still live here on video. So
yeah. How y'all doing? How's everyone doing?
Let's see. Hell yeah.
Oh, I know what it was. Okay, so whenever we come back, I have some ESPN articles for next year.
Great. Yeah, we'll talk.
We have one. They did a power ranking before draft and free agency.
Jeez, man, already.
But we have a we have one that is predicting next year's Super Bowl.
Cool. All right. We'll talk about that after we recap this year's Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What a fun time. We got to do a halftime show this time around for Locked On for the Super Bowl.
How did that go?
It was fun. It was really good. It was a lot of fun. It was me and Cody, of course, Peter Bukowski, and Brian Peacock. And it was great.
Wow.
If y'all have if anybody that's watching has any questions or anything like that, just drop them in the chat and everything, and we'll see you, and then we'll answer. We'll say hi. Otherwise, we're just gonna shoot it for a little while.
Did you see that Mel Kiper had the Jets taking Devonta Smith?
Oh, and not a quarterback?
Yeah, and Jamar
probably,
and then
quarterback.
Jamar Chase going to the Dolphins. So 2 of the top 3 picks being wide receivers.
Cool, that's totally gonna happen.
Zach Wilson going to the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Waddle going to the Eagles. Justin Fields going to the Lions. Trey Lance going to the Panthers. He does not have Micah Parsons falling.
Nice.
A pick I'm falling in love with is Patrick Surtain to the 49ers. I like that a lot.
That would be so good. Just because they're probably not going to have Richie Sherms?
Nah. Mac Jones going to the Patriots?
Who?
Mac Jones. Kadarius Toney to the Washington football team. Whoever would have thought of that? Greg Rousseau to the Titans. Whoever would have thought of that? Trevon Moehrig to the Saints. Another Trevon Moehrig to the Saints.
I think we're gonna get another year of safeties not going in the first round.
I think so too.
It just doesn't happen anymore. Like, safeties are becoming the defensive running backs.
Kansas Jayhawks out of the top 25 for the first time in 12 years.
Wow.
Whoa. Oh wait, Ross, I have something to show. I have something I wanted to show you. I'll show it to you now. Right before we go back.
We're back.
Are we?
We're about to be.
It's 8 seconds.
Not too long. Show me after.
Well,
all right, everybody. We are back here on Dylan and Ross Save Sports, Full Press Coverage, Full Press Radio Network. Got myself, Ross Jackson, at Ross Jackson Nola, Dilly Sanders, at Dilly Sanders on Twitter. Dylan, before we get into a couple of ESPN lists and all that good stuff, want to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win 31-9. Patrick Mahomes completes only 53% of his passes. The Chiefs are held with Patrick Mahomes to under 10 points for the first time. Lots of stuff going on in this game. What were some of your big takeaways in this one?
Devin White's good.
Devin White's very good. He played a really, really good game.
Levante David, even better.
Also good. That dude's going to get paid this offseason.
Good for him. Do you think it's going to be by Tampa Bay?
I don't know.
I hope not.
I really don't know.
Hope not. Patrick Mahomes, what a dude.
For real.
That one, he was literally sideways.
How?
How did Darrell Williams drop that? I know how he dropped it because he didn't expect it to get to him.
Right.
But still.
There were about 2 or 3 of those. About 2 or 3 of them on one drive. There was another one early on in the first half where
you said it perfectly. What a series of almost legendary Super Bowl moments.
Right.
Could you imagine if he caught that and that came and that led a comeback? That throw would be the new NFL logo.
Exactly. Oh man, yeah, that was rough, man. It was a rough turnout for the Chiefs and for that offense. Travis Kelce was the only consistent weapon that Patrick Mahomes really had, and a lot of that having to do with the Bucs defense taking away some other weapons and some other options. But also, I mean, Travis Kelce was really the only one that felt like he showed up.
And who knew that having 2 tackles out would impact your game?
Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it?
One question I want to ask you, Ross.
Yeah.
Is the GOAT debate over? Is Tom Brady the GOAT?
Yeah, Tom Brady's been the GOAT. Like, I'm sorry. I don't think that there ever really was that much of a debate.
No, I mean, no, people still debate that Michael Jordan wasn't the GOAT, but I mean,
yeah, well,
people are dumb.
I liked the way the post game show, the pregame sort of video package did a really good job. Sure, they talked about the greatest of all time versus the greatest of this time, and I thought that was a really cool way to look at it. Yeah, no, Tom Brady's the greatest of all time. Like, I'm sorry, I've always believed that. I've always thought that there's some players that deserve conversation there. Drew Brees definitely being one of them, just because you look at all of the statistical categories across the NFL. But the greatest of all time is going to be Tom Brady. I mean, he now has his 7th ring. He has now individually won more Super Bowl rings than any NFL franchise. Which is just insane. Like, it's the
same amount of rings as Robert Horry.
Yes, the actual GOAT of the NBA, Robert Horry. Left or right hand, Robert Horry.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so to answer your question, yes, I think that the GOAT conversation and debate should be over. I think it should have been over for a little while now. However,
it definitely should have, but now it's over.
It's done. Like, the next person that can challenge in that conversation is going to be dependent upon what Patrick Mahomes' career looks like moving forward. Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is the only person in the NFL with the ability to take that over.
Yeah, presently.
Of course, we got to remember Desmond Ridder is going to be here in 2 years.
Sam Howell, anyone?
Sam Howell, please, I presume.
So there's going to be, I think that, like, that's going to be the thing to watch, right? Like, what does Patrick Mahomes' career look like from this point forward? And they made a good point. They were like, he either has to get back to the Super Bowl next year up against Tom Brady, right? The two of them have to make it to the Super Bowl again next year. And Patrick Mahomes either has to beat him in the Super Bowl, or Patrick Mahomes is going to have to win more rings. It can't be the same amount anymore because Tom Brady has beaten him head to head.
If I'm Patrick Mahomes, I'm the world's biggest Bucs fan next year. And Ross, the Bucs might make it back next year.
Man, they were really good to close out the season. They got hot at the right time. They were the hottest team in the playoffs, getting to the Super Bowl. I thought Kansas City was gonna win. I really did. I knew I didn't treat Tampa Bay like they didn't have a chance, because that just wasn't real. Mm-hmm. They were there, therefore they had a chance, and they played
any given Sunday, Ross.
Yeah, and it was more than any given Sunday. Like, they systematically beat up on the Kansas City Chiefs.
They did to the Chiefs what the Chiefs did to the Bills.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And I did on Locked On Saints this morning, I talked about how the Saints, like, laid down sort of the foundation for what Tampa Bay improved upon to beat Kansas City. I loved Tampa Bay's game plan going up against Kansas City of just playing those two deep safeties, saying you can have all the underneath whatever you want, but they have linebackers that can go sideline to sideline with the best of them, with anybody, and that made a big difference. The fact that their offense opened up this game and scored a touchdown in the first quarter and 2 touchdowns in the second quarter to go up multiple scores before halftime meant that Kansas City never had the comfort of just saying, okay, well, they're going to give us space to run the ball, so we'll just run the ball. They didn't have that opportunity at all. And the other reason that I love the Super Bowl so much is that you saw the importance of special teams. You saw the importance of having a finely tuned special teams unit versus a one squeaky wheel, which was the punter for Kansas City.
Yeah. Oh man, that was oof.
Yeah. Who got off his best punt off of a botched snap that ended up having to be redone, and then he shanked it. Like a tough day for the guy.
Woof. Man. That was the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, was there anything else that you wanted to highlight from it? I mean, I thought that pretty much. I mean, this really just came down to. I will say that Tom Brady was mad efficient in this game. 73% of his passes completed, 21 of 29, but only had to throw for 201 yards and 3 touchdowns. Like that's how fickle the NFL game can be.
I agree. I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? I had something in my brain.
Did you get it removed? Like, did it hurt?
No, I don't know. You started talking, and then I was like, "Oh, I forgot."
Oh, sorry.
All good.
The worst.
Yep.
It'll come back to you.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I remember. It came back. How do you feel about Antoine Winfield mocking Tyreek Hill? Because I have one way to feel about it, Ross.
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. In the usual game situations, that would be dumb. In this situation, do you think, homie? I'm not mad at him at all.
It could have happened to a better person.
And therefore,
no, show off on me. Do it again. Do it right now.
You're right. I liked his explanation too. He talked about after the game. He was like, "Hey, he mocked us at the. He did a backflip in front of my face against us, and so like there was no way I wasn't going to do that." And he was like, "And I'm not going to lie, it felt good too." And I don't blame him. And like he cost his team nothing. He cost his team nothing at all. And from what I could tell from the coaches on the sidelines, they felt the same way.
Mm-hmm.
They felt the same way.
Show out.
So, bye. Peace out. Yeah, no, I wasn't mad at it at all. I really wasn't. I think that taunting fouls in the NFL are oftentimes soft anyway.
Soft. Man, the calls in that game.
Mad soft.
Mad soft.
That was
man.
Dude came in.
They were calling that game like a preseason game.
Right. Dude came in for his second ever Super Bowl and said, "I'm getting on camera."
Soft.
Speaking of, shout out Sarah Thomas.
Shout out Sarah Thomas.
Going out there and doing a great job. For being the first woman to officiate in a Super Bowl and everything. Super dope and well earned on top of that. But yeah, a lot of the calls from that officiating staff, quite so. The pass interference call on Tyrann Mathieu in the end zone,
soft.
Please,
soft.
Please.
That ball was totally catchable, Ross. Mike Evans has a 100-foot wingspan.
Oh yeah, that one drove me nuts too. The one that was like 6 yards ahead of him, and then the dude was literally like, "Well, we just can't estimate, Mike Evans diving and covering 6 to 8 yards." Yeah, you can. You can estimate that. That's actually well within the realms of things you can estimate that's not happening. And it was really more like 8 to 10 yards overthrown, but like. Yeah, I don't know. There were some soft calls for sure. That taunting foul being one of them. But I get it, like, whatever. But that wasn't why Kansas City lost the game by any means. Like Kansas City lost the game because they lost the game. Like
because
they couldn't do anything.
The Patrick Mahomes had no time at all the entire
Right.
game.
Yeah, big time pressure. Todd Bowles sending a double corner blitz out of nowhere at one point, like he's playing Madden, except it worked. Like, just the blitz packages were insane throughout this one, and then there were the other times where they didn't need to use the blitz packages and they were able to just get pressure with the front four, which we know is a key to disrupting that offense. Both of those offenses, however, only one defense was able to do it.
Yeah,
I was kind of mad. I was kind of mad we didn't get a big man touchdown in the Super Bowl, though.
I really wanted Vita Vea to get a touchdown.
Me too. We almost had. Was it Joe Haig? Is his name Haig? He almost had one, but it got broken up because the ball hit him in the face. It's tough, but shout out to you getting in position.
Ball watch. In your face.
Oh, yeah. It's too late. So yeah, all right, yeah. That's our talk for the Super Bowl. Now let's look ahead. Let's look ahead a little bit.
You want to look into 2021 into 2022 even?
Right. Yeah. Essentially. Right.
Yeah. Let's see. They had a bunch of NFL experts went ahead and talked and gave who they think is going to be in the Super Bowl next year. 56, Great. Right?
Yeah, it'll be 56.
Hey, Ross, if you had to guess, who's your early Super Bowl 56 pick?
Kansas City Chiefs or Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Who wins?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All right, Matt Bowen, Chiefs over Packers.
Yeah, I was going to say the Packers would be the other one for sure.
Mike Clay, Rams over Chiefs.
Oh, the Rams.
Jimmy Fowler, Packers over Browns.
Okay.
Dan Graziano.
Love Dan.
Bills over 49ers.
All right, Dan, shaking it up. That's what I'm talking about.
Mina Kimes, Chiefs over Packers.
Yep.
Jason Reed, Chiefs over Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Seifert, Bills over Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Walter, Packers over Rams.
Okay.
And then Field Yates, Chiefs over Packers.
Gotcha. I think I thought I was guessing who they thought was going to be. I didn't realize it was like a whole thing. If I could say my actual Super Bowl pick for next year is Bills over Packers. That's my thing. I think the Bills are ready.
And the big piece of that, Josh Allen, they also went ahead and picked their MVPs for next season.
Ooh, okay.
Patrick Mahomes. Deshaun Watson.
Oh, okay.
Matt Stafford.
Did they say what team for Deshaun Watson, or did they just say Deshaun Watson?
Just Texans.
Oh, well, he's not winning the MVP.
They said it's Deshaun Watson, whether it's the Jets, 49ers, Dolphins, or Panthers. Watson will make any of them substantially better, and he'll receive credit for that. Then Matt Stafford.
Ooh.
And then Josh Allen.
Nice. Okay.
It's probably going to be Patrick Mahomes.
I don't know.
Maybe.
It might not be. Because like they do like have a hard time repeating MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess he wouldn't be repeating because Aaron Rodgers won the MVP, but still, it's usually tough to win a second one like within 3 years or whatever. So I don't know. I mean, unless you're Tom Brady, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Patrick Mahomes. Don't get me wrong, but Josh Allen would be second on my list and a close second.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that Deshaun Watson on 3 teams wins an MVP award.
That's fair.
And that's Houston, that's Miami, and that's the New York Jets. I feel like he has all the pieces already if he were to end up in Carolina.
Or San Francisco.
Or San Francisco. He's close to it if he ends up in Miami. But I think they would still be building.
Mm-hmm. And then lastly, they did who is the most interesting team of the offseason?
I mean, it has to be the Houston Texans.
The Texans are picked twice.
Wow. Okay, so the Houston Texans would be one of them. I would imagine that the I would imagine that the Philadelphia Eagles are in there somewhere.
Nope. No
Wow.
Eagles.
Lions or Rams based on that trade?
Nope.
Ooh, okay.
We got the Jets twice.
What's interesting about the Jets? I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Second overall
okay.
pick, switching
I'm
out
just
Robert
joking.
Saleh.
Yeah.
The Jaguars are definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah.
The wealth of picks that they have, first time coach, first overall, they have Trevor Lawrence, and the league's most cap space.
Yeah.
The Saints are picked
Oh,
as one of
why?
the most interesting.
Whatever could be happening in New Orleans. Is it the Drew Brees thing? Or is it the Jameis Winston thing? Or is it the salary cap thing? Or is it the Alvin Kamara refusing to wear his tracking device to keep people safe from COVID thing? Or is it the potential suspension and fine and the pick that might be taken from them because of breaking COVID protocols a third time during the regular season? I couldn't imagine why they would be. Or is it the Michael Thomas storyline that will continue into the offseason? I don't know. I couldn't imagine why they'd be interesting at all.
The words cap space are not mentioned once.
It's really not cap space at all. Oh.
Yeah, no, it was just Drew Brees and Jameis Winston.
Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Or the sure to be newly circulating offseason storyline that will probably pop up because the Saints are never boring. They're always entertaining. And I don't mean that as like, oh, they're always entertaining. I mean like literally like they're always entertaining because Sean Payton's always doing great interviews and everything as well. Like, yeah, I could see why the Saints would be named there.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then so they did a power rankings thing, Ross. Looking towards next year, they did a power rankings, and then they one interesting thing that they did for the teams is the offseason in 3 words or less.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
So at number 1, of course, the Chiefs.
Yeah. Wait, the Chiefs?
Yeah.
The Super Bowl champions?
The offseason in 3 or fewer words, draft well again.
Yeah, fair.
Number 2, Ross. I'll let you know the Bucks are 4th. Offseason in 3 or fewer words. What offseason?
Okay.
Number 2, Ross, is the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills. All right.
Their offseason is we'll be back.
Can I guess 3?
What?
It's the Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their offseason is get Rodgers help.
Yeah. or draft another quarterback, whatever. Whatever that means to you.
At 5, we have the Rams.
What would their 3 words be?
There's 2 words for them.
Oh, it's only 2 words. I was going to say do it again, but what do you got?
Blockbuster moves.
Ooh. It helped last time.
Yeah. 6, the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
Where offseason is help out Lamar.
Yeah, I figure it's going to be like get Lamar help or help out. Yeah, it's going to be something like that.
7, the Browns.
Keep on trucking.
Keep it going.
Hey, there you go. Yeah.
8, the Seahawks.
Fix the defense.
No, it is Waldron and Adams. So I guess.
Oh, so fix the defense.
So fix the defense. The 49ers.
Get well soon.
And then, I mean, it should be it, but it's extend the window.
Sure. Yeah.
The Titans.
Draft pass rusher.
I mean, that's a good 3 words. Continuity with coaching.
Oh, sure.
Since
they lost Arthur Smith and everything. Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Is Ben back?
Let Ben go.
Say no to Ben. That's 4 words. Oh, but that wouldn't matter anyway.
It wasn't matter.
12, the Miami Dolphins, and I love one specific choice in this offseason in 3 words. It's believe in Tua, Question mark.
Oh no, no. Oh, I thought finally Tua was gonna get some love, and it was like maybe
at 13, Ross. I'll be interested to see if you think this team is too high or too low. Here, the middle of the league is the New Orleans Saints.
The middle of the league. I think that's fine. I think that's fine.
Three words.
3 words. Find your quarterback.
Life after Breeze.
Yeah.
Drew Brees is widely expected to retire after 15 seasons in New Orleans.
Just joking.
Wait, Ross, if you had to guess what 2 words are next.
Wait, sorry. Read up to that again.
So it's not exactly. Oh, there's 1 word.
Okay.
Drew Brees is widely expected after 15 seasons in New Orleans, and the Saints are blank. What do you think comes after that? The Saints are
stacked, loaded, talented,
projected to be nearly $100 million over the salary cap to start the league year.
So loaded works.
Loaded works. Unfortunately, that roster is still too loaded to consider a total rebuild. So they'll
hit me up, ESPN. I'm ready.
They'll have to roll up. No, Ross, I don't think you. So they'll have to roll up their sleeves, identify the next quarterback, most likely Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill, and decide which players they can live without. They can't live without. Their biggest decisions include Marcus Williams, Trey Hendrickson,
3rd priority,
and Jameis Winston.
Oh, sorry. 1st priority, Jameis Winston. 2nd priority, Marcus Williams. 3rd priority, Trey Hendrickson.
And they have to worry about the 2022 free agent contracts, Marshawn Lattimore, Ryan Ramczyk, and Tron Armstead. You want to know how they can worry about one of those 3, Ross?
How they can worry about one of those 3?
I guess 2 of those 3 is draft Dylan Renz.
It would help. But yeah, I mean, you also save money by extending those guys. So I would expect that to be the move probably. Maybe not Tron Armstead. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Tron Armstead. He already has 2 voidable years on his deal, so they could restructure into those voided years.
Arizona Cardinals.
Mm-hmm. Build around Kyler.
Figuring it out is what the
sure.
Figure out what happened last year, basically.
Sure.
Indianapolis Colts.
Get Luck back.
Who plays quarterback? Minnesota Vikings.
The
next one is definitely a stretch of just like you could tell that they were trying to fit it in 3 words. They had to come up with 1 word to phrase this.
I don't know.
Return to contention for the Vikings.
Oh, I mean,
duh.
Okay.
Duh. That's okay. Like, duh. You could say that for all. You say that for all 32 teams.
Literally all 32 teams, yeah.
17, the Las Vegas Raiders.
Something about Derek Carr?
It's wither Derek Carr, question mark. They're stretching their vocabulary.
Yeah.
18, the Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh no. Los Angeles Chargers. Something about Justin Herbert?
It's build a staff.
Yeah, sure. Because they fired everyone. And then one of the guys they tried to hire went somewhere else.
You're not wrong. The Dallas Cowboys.
Extend Dak Prescott or re-sign Dak Prescott.
All about Dak.
Yeah. It's flowery language. I'm not about flowery language.
Oh, New England Patriots. All season in three or fewer words.
What's this one?
Belichick's revenge tour.
Oh.
I didn't.
I'd read that. Like if that was a book, I'd read that. Or a movie, I'd watch that.
21 Washington football team. Wanted.
Get new. Oh yeah, wanted. Get new owner. Fire the owner. Or any of those.
Wanted. Quarterback help.
No. Wanted new owner.
Atlanta Falcons.
Wanted, not Dan Snyder.
Matt and Julio. Is their offseason.
Sure, yeah.
Carolina Panthers.
Something about the quarterback.
Upgrade at quarterback.
Yeah.
24, the Chicago Bears.
Upgrade at quarterback.
Save our jobs.
Oh.
We need to save our jobs.
They took our germs.
25, the New York Giants.
I don't know. Hire Eli Manning.
Find some playmakers.
Same thing.
26, life after Wentz. I mean, the Eagles. For the Eagles, life after Wentz.
I bet it's something about Carson Wentz.
It's life after Wentz.
The rumor is that he's being traded to either Chicago, Indianapolis, or New England. Those are like the three front running teams.
I heard New England was out.
New England out. Okay, so either Chicago or Indianapolis.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Chicago.
It's going to be Chicago, right? Like Chicago is going to send Nick Foles back to Philadelphia, and it's going to be hysterical.
Mm-hmm. But there was the one rumor that it was like a first Tariq Cohen and Nick Foles for Carson Wentz in a second.
Mm-hmm.
But Tariq Cohen tweeted out, "Look, I just got off the phone with management. That ain't true." But
don't trust them, Cohen.
Don't trust them.
Don't trust them, Cohen. Don't do that.
Come on, Reek. Come on,
man.
Have you learned nothing from Isaiah Thomas? Your fellow short king.
Come on, man. Tariq Cohen would be such a Philadelphia Eagles player. Like they just want speed.
Yeah, which is why they're drafting Jalen Waddle at 6.
Yes.
Cincinnati Bengals. The
Cincinnati Bengals. Protect Joe Burrow.
Give Burrow help. Yeah. 28. Denver Broncos.
Is luck it? What? How? Good or bad luck? I don't know.
Make a call.
Yeah.
Make a call. 29. Oh.
Your face.
They're off season. No, it's just they could have just in a sentence. They could have just solved most of these problems. They're off season in a sentence. Deshaun or the picks?
Yikes! Yikes! Oh, moving right along.
Yikes. 30 the Detroit Lions. The Jaguars still super low. Trevor Lawrence not helping them out that much, I guess.
Not yet. He ain't on the team yet.
Welcome to rebuilding.
Yeah.
For the Lions. 31, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Draft Trevor Lawrence.
That should have been
that's their entire offseason right there.
Is starting over again.
Yeah.
And then lastly, 32, the Houston Texans. Deshaun Watson watch. Is their offseason.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be an interesting offseason, that's for sure. Excited to continue to cover it as we go through because it is going to be action-packed. How soon do you think Carson Wentz gets traded? Do you think it happens before?
Tomorrow.
You think it happens before tomorrow's show?
Yes. Or during.
That'd be dope. That feels right. Like at the day after the Super Bowl is usually like all Super Bowl stuff and everything. And
Drew Brees is going to retire tomorrow.
I don't think that. I honestly don't think that happens until Carson Wentz is traded,
because they want it to be the story.
It should be. That's the way I feel. It should absolutely be like, yeah, like that should be the only thing happening in that news cycle for like 2 days.
The people are trying to tell me that he's coming back. Drew Brees ain't paying for $1 million.
It's not happening. I don't think that's happening. I agree with you. I don't think that's happening. So we'll continue to keep an eye out for it. We'll continue to cover it here. Dylan and Ross Save Sports, part of Full Press Coverage, Full Press Radio Network. For my friend Dylan Sanders, at Dylan Sanders on Twitter, I'm Ross Jackson, at Ross Jackson Nola on Twitter. We'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Dylan, anything else before we close out?
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right, Ross, for a treat for the restream people, go watch the video that I sent you. I texted you.
Okay, dope. Yeah. Shout out Restream.
Shout out to where you're watching it live.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But we're using Restream.
All right, let's see. Nope, that's Megan. Dylan. I have so much trouble telling.
Wait, where
did I was like, what happened? I looked up.
Oh, no. This is. I'm putting you at the forefront, Ross. You're about to watch that video. This is what we want.
Why is somebody calling me from Ontario, California?
There's an Ontario, California?
There is. Yeah, there's an airport there and everything. I have to wait for this phone call to go away because I don't want to.
You don't want to cancel it too early.
Yeah.
Because then it'll be like.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
All right.
It's okay for me to have sound on for it?
Yes.
All right.
Boy, do I like coffee. Ow. That's an awfully hot coffee.
Oh my gosh. That should be the new Rickroll, man. For real, that should be the new Rickroll, is that video right there.
I got Rickrolled for the first time.
Boy, do I like coffee. Ow. That's an awfully hot coffee pot.
That's hysterical. You got Rickrolled for the first time recently?
Yeah.
Word?
No. First time in a while.
Oh, okay.
In a while. I just sent you another video.
I got Rickrolled very recently by I know who that is calling from Ontario, California. I have to go.
Oh.
I have a meeting.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, it's someone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, people.